We are well on our way towards summer, but I'm trying to enjoy all the beautiful changes that I see in nature as spring unfolds. So in this vlog, I'll take you on a little journey through our spring and what's been happening in the studio. I think because the winter has been so long and just dark and stormy, both physically and metaphorically, that this spring has brought much needed energy. Spring seems to bring with it a desire to start fresh, to clear out old, stagnant ideas and projects that I was clinging to, and make way for something new. Almost like an internal spring cleaning. I've always wondered if my deep connection to nature is what fuels this desire, that as the blossoms unfurl and the forest bursts with life again, I feel myself coming out of hibernation with just a renewed energy. I feel ready to embrace changes that were perhaps too scary when my energy was low. It's like I'm in my car beginning a long road trip to unknown destinations. The windows are down and there's a warm breeze, and the car is packed with all sorts of snacks and paint gear, and I'm just ready for anything. That feeling of freedom and excitement and the unknown, that is where my mind is during spring. And I think that feeling is somewhat compounded by the fact that we were in lockdown for so long, and my sense of freedom was suddenly questioned. So now, as spring unfolds, I am allowing my mind to explore ideas freely. I've finished nearly all of my recent commissions, and I'm not taking any more for the time being. And I'm just painting like there's no tomorrow. I'm wandering the forests and the fields and just capturing as much of the beauty as I can, in case we are locked in a cage again. So I'm holding on to that feeling for as long as I can and soaking up the amazing spring inspiration. Trying to spend more time out in the courtyard so that Floki can just run free and get some energy out. On a sunny day, I love being out here, and I often bring my iPad and my little keyboard and do some work. And as long as it's not raining or snowing, I try to eat lunch out here so that I get like some daylight hours between computer work and whatever I'm doing. I feel really lucky that I have this space because it's almost like an extension of our house, and our house is tiny. We almost didn't rent this place because it was so tiny, but it's way cheaper to live here, and it's in like the perfect location. And I also just like, it has like old charm to it. So, and of course this courtyard. I mean, honestly, when I walked into the courtyard, I was basically like, yeah, I want to live here. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about something new and exciting that I'm doing. Some of you know because you have seen my post about it. I posted a little while ago about what I should name my new YouTube channel. And yes, I have a new YouTube channel. I've decided to go with the name Sarah in Scotland because it's both, it explains what it's going to be about, and it's super easy to remember. You guys had really good suggestions, and some of them were funny and creative, but when it came down to it, I wanted something super easy to spell and remember. And you know, it just, like a lot of people said, Sarah in Scotland is that. Vader's here. Hi, baby. What's happening? And here comes Floki. Poor Vader. Floki, no. Let him in. It's okay. So, I decided to go with Sarah in Scotland, and I'm hoping that I can get my first video out by the end of May. I just posted the video. But the whole point of that channel will be to share more of my adventures, I guess, that aren't art related. But I will say there will definitely be art in that channel. Like I can't not include some of my art and some of my workflow, my practice, because it is a huge part of my day, my life. And you know, my adventures are what inspires my art in the first place. Oh, Vader's in. I want the new channel, Sarah in Scotland, to be more of like my personal journey in Scotland. And I'm also going to continue doing art vlogs here, but focus those more on the art side of things. Like, it is insanely difficult to edit a whole month's worth of footage down to below 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to rein it in on that channel, because I want there to be a variety, like anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. Some videos, some topics will just need to be longer, but it's also going to be a place where I can explore my videography, my cinematography skills. I want to improve my video making, both technically and creatively, and I love it. Like, honestly, it's like a hobby. It's become a hobby of mine. I mean, it is part of my business because I do YouTube art videos. So those, of course, I want to continue improving. And I think this will be really fun because I already have like ridiculous amounts of footage that I never share with you guys. And he's gone. All right, this is like the longest speech ever. So before I go, I want to say thank you to everyone who has recently found my channel and subscribed and has left comments. I love reading your comments. Even if I can't always reply right away, I love getting to know you guys and reading your comments. It's a fun little art community here, and I love that. Or maybe not just art community, like there's lots of people here that aren't artists too. So thank you all for being here. It has felt really good to tie up some loose ends, like finishing some commissions, shipping things, and just doing general maintenance around the office. But the biggest thing that has been happening lately is that I've been working on a Skillshare class all about drawing and painting mountains. So that is hopefully going to be launched next week, which by the time you see this video, it will already be live. but it has been a lot of fun to work on, just a ton of work. I kind of forgot how much work making a Skillshare class is. And besides that, I have plenty of other projects going on, which you'll see kind of sprinkled through this video. But there's been quite a big mental shift that has happened lately. And I talked a lot about this in my recent Patreon newsletter podcast thing. And probably the biggest change is that I've reduced my streaming a lot. So right now I'm really only focusing on my Patreon/Twitch sub streams because, people are paying for that basically. So I wouldn't get rid of those. But in terms of my other free streams, I've put a pause on them basically because I've just been embracing this burst of energy and using it in places that I've been neglecting for a long time, not only in my business, but in my personal life. So I've been pretty bad with exercise and just self-care in general over the last year, especially this past winter. And as much as I tried, I would go on like a week-long kick of doing pretty good with exercising and then maybe even 2 weeks, but then I would just drop off. And that has caused some very uncomfortable and frustrating physical problems over the last several months. And it just makes my chronic pain so much worse. So recently, I have rescheduled my whole week. I've put very strict times in for working out, for going on walks. And I cannot tell you how drastic of a change it has made. And it is extremely exhausting. And of course, I have pain still, but it's slowly getting better and I feel myself getting stronger. And like way back in the day, I used to work out a ton and I did tons of team sports. I was like that weird hybrid of like a super artsy, sporty person. But since I moved to Scotland, I haven't done any team sports. And that was like my biggest motivation for working out at all, just to be able to keep up and be competitive. So in addition to working nonstop to make my business successful, I just allowed myself to kind of fall out of practice with being active, basically. And this is a warning to other artists out there, and I don't want you to take it lightly. If you are young, use your energy and build good habits, because if the older you get, the harder it is. And I know I make myself sound way older than I actually am, but I've experienced this in person now. Like if you take a long break from being active, it is a million times harder to get back into it. Plus, as you get older, you start having other issues with your body. Just like it's a thing that happens. And all of that makes it harder to get active again. So please do yourself a favor and take care of your body and your mind. Don't put it off until tomorrow because you'll just keep doing that. Trust me, I know how easy that is. You'll always choose painting or making videos or doing whatever you love doing over working out if it's not like your favorite thing to do. Okay, enough of that. I feel like I'm my own grandma lecturing me like 20 years ago. This one starts with a very abstract background, and I'm obsessed with it. I just love abstract art. I don't know why I don't do abstract art. I like a combination of abstract and realism. I really like to have parts of the painting be really abstract, like leave some of these areas alone, and then other parts be more realistic, so you can like tell what something is. So if this is going to be a forest, I'll have some areas that are very well defined and more rendered, and then other areas just totally crazy like this. Actually, I have a forest painting that I can show you that's like that. It's in the entryway. I did this one a few years ago. It's based on a location that was in the forest where we used to live. So I basically did the same thing where I started off with a really crazy abstract layer or 2 layers, and then I slowly built up the trees and some of the depth, but leaving lots of the wild drips and splashes alone. So, after I get this Etsy order finished, I think it's time to bundle up and go for a little mini adventure. A little mini adventure. Yes, both of those things. Little and mini. Yeah. Which way? I'm really nervous and excited in this moment because I'm about to do something I've been wanting to do for years. In 2010, I purchased the Adobe CS6 suite, which means I get Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Premiere Pro, all of the things. And I've been using CS6 for over 10 years. Which is fine, and it saved me a ton of money over the years. But the problem is now Adobe doesn't really support the old programs, and a lot of the features that I want, especially in video editing, I can't get. So for a couple years now, I've been dying to have the new CC version of Premiere Pro, but I couldn't afford it, or I couldn't justify spending extra money on that each year, because with the CC program, you pay monthly or annually. So it's not just like purchase it and you're good. It's an ongoing thing. However, I decided with the extra income that I'm making through my YouTube channel, I'm going to buy it, which means I will be able to make better videos. And I am very excited. This has just been a thing on my mind for a while now, and I decided, you know what? The people who support me deserve better videos. By watching my content, you guys are technically supporting me, and I want to turn that support I want to put that support back into the channel and just make it as awesome as I can. So thank you all, and this is because of you, and this is for you. Let's do this. Yay! Woohoo! We did it! All right, let's download this and get editing. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope it didn't seem too chaotic. There's just been so much going on lately. So anyways, if you decide to jump over and subscribe to my new channel, I really look forward to seeing you there. Take care, everybody.